I know I look a hot mess, guys. I know. I know. And this is the only time I really get my weekend on, guys. But if you guys have not seen the Monique interview, go see it. If you guys have not seen the Monique interview, go see it. I just finished it. I started last night and I finished it because that's like 3 hours. So I just finished it. When I mean, she showed up, showed out, put it out there, let it be known, shook it up, shook it out. I'm going to show y'all some clips. Shook it up, showed out, and did her the best that she could. When I mean, she basically validated everything and kept it classy. And you know she big and sexy. I love you, Monique. If you guys have not seen the Monique interview with Shannon Dory, go see it. Stop playing. Stop playing with your life. And the one part that she said stuck out, she said, for all the women out there that's been sleeping with all these men, no, you just had. I'm going to let her say it. Because I thought it was cute how she said it. Just know, you're not a hoe out there. You're not a hoe. You just got happy pussy. You just got happy, loose pussy. You got cheerful pussy. Y'all better keep it together. Y'all got some cheerful. Kuna snatch. But y'all, guys, go watch that Monique. This is an ending. And the stuff that she said it before Cat Williams. And then Cat Williams said it. And they never paid attention to what she said. But when Cat Williams came out and said it, everybody was like, ugh. When Tahaji said it, she brought it to light and everybody walked into it and said, you're right. And I guess is what Monique said, presentation. It all depends on who's saying it. But Monique is big, bodacious, and beautiful. And she deserves all her crowns. Now, Oprah and Tyler, I'm going to say this. Y'all owe that lady an apology. This is coming from people that followed you guys. And we are the people that sit there and put that money in, them billions and zillions in your pocket. And when you do your own brothers and your sisters wrong, we'll be wrong to stand there and listen to it and support y'all when y'all wrong. Y'all done did Cat Williams wrong, y'all done did Tahaji wrong, and y'all done did Monique wrong, but y'all did Monique wrong first. Steve Harvey, I ain't never had no respect for you, but you did her wrong too. And anybody else that did Monique wrong. And Tiffany Haddish, please, baby, you ain't got no room to talk about nobody, say nothing about nobody when you lonely. Seeking validation for any little thing. Baby, get it together. We love you, but get it together. We have no ill will, but get it together and stop allowing people to use you and abuse you. You're a beautiful person with a beautiful soul, and you have to stop allowing people to use you and abuse you.
But, okay, she's saying that privately, but did she voice that publicly?
Did you hear her say it?
I did.
Did you hear her say it? JT, did you hear her say it?
No.
Zach, did you hear her say it, Zach? Regina, did you hear her? Tommy? No one seemed to hear that publicly. She said that privately. Now, when she said that, see, everything we're saying to you, it can be proven. She had him on speakerphone. And that when she was talking to him, in that room was a man named Reggie Wells, who just passed, who used to be Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist, who he had a conversation with me and my husband. Now, for you babies that's good with the little internet, we had a show on called Monique and Sydney Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Reggie Wells is on that show speaking about Oprah Winfrey. Reggie Wells said, Monique, I was there that day. He said, and when y'all got off the phone, I looked at her and said, why don't you just pay this woman the money? She deserves it. And she looked at him and said, I won't be paying her nothing. And he said, that's not right. And you know it's not right. Now, that man shared that on that show. So I'm not saying nothing that hasn't been shared. So you have people that will say things in private, but won't do it publicly. I'm the person that I will say it in private and I'm going to say it publicly because that's the only way we make it right.
But you don't need somebody to talk good to your face. You need somebody to talk good behind your back. So if you're telling me what a great person I am in my face, but you telling me I'm dog poop behind my back, what good is that, Mo?
What does that make those kind of people, Shannon?
What
does it make those kind of
cowardly.
people? That is cowardly. See, here's what's this. When we have our juggernauts, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, these are our juggernauts of our community. These are the people that our babies say, when I grow up, I want to be that.
Yes.
I want to be like that. So we have to call those people to the mat and say, listen, what are you teaching our babies? You're feeding poison because you're showing them your private jet. I'm going to show you my mansion. I'm going to show you my fancy cars. But my character is shot and I'm bankrupt. I got a lot of money in my bank. It's more zeros than some of them than we can imagine. But their character, they are bankrupt. Those are bankrupt people. So everybody that Kat sat right here and told you about, I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Invite them.
I have.
They not gonna do it.
Well, look, I've already done Steve. I have a relationship with Steve.
Do him again. Do him again. And I'm gonna say this.
I'm trying to get Oprah and Tyler, though.
Baby, we got him. Y'all, come on, stop playing.
They ain't coming on, Mo, thanks to you.
You know how. And I don't want to put you on a spot, but I'm going to say it because I appreciate you as a black man and what you're doing.
Thank you.
If you are my friend and someone says to me, Monique, Shannon Sharp wronged me, and you my friend,
Yeah.
I'm going to call my friend.
You can come to me.
And I'm going to say, hey, is what they saying true? And if you get to hemming and hawing, I'm going to tell you, till you fix it, you and I can't talk. Because if you'll do them that way, it'll be a matter of time before you do it to me. So if Steve Harvey is your friend, you call your friend up and you ask him, is what our sister saying right, man? Because if it is, we can't do that to her. If that's our sister. See, it took a transgender named T.S. Madison. It was a guy named Jamaica Carter. Jamaica Carter and our mutual friend. Jamaica Carter and our friends. T.S. Madison was a mutual friend. So Jamaica called me and said, would you mind doing T.S. Madison's show? I go do T.S. Madison's show. When I tell T.S. Madison, when the camera cuts, I said, listen, your friend is wrong. She said, Monique Lee Daniels is my friend. I said, then you need to call your friend and tell him to fix this shit. She said, I will. Within a couple of days, who did I get a call from? Lee Daniels. See, that's a friend. That's a true friend that's saying, I love you so much that I want to make sure that's not on your heart or your conscience. Let's fix it. Let's make it right. So when people ask Lee now, when we did the deliverance together, how was it to work with Monique? It was as if we had never parted ways because he fixed it. He owned it and he took accountability for it. I can't now keep you to the cross because you've owned it.
Right.
I've had to be forgiven.
Right.
So I appreciate that someone had grace and mercy with me. So I'm going to have that with other people when they take accountability for what they've done.
How much did you make for the role, Mary Impression?
I was paid $50,000. That's a true friend that's saying, I love you so much that I want to make sure that's not on your heart or your conscience. Let's fix it. Let's make it right. So when people ask Lee now, when we did the deliverance together, how was it to work with Monique? It was as if we had never parted ways because he fixed it. He owned it and he took accountability for it. I can't now keep you to the cross because you've owned it.
Right.
I've had to be forgiven.
Right.
So I appreciate that someone had grace and mercy with me. So I'm going to have that with other people when they take accountability for what they've done.
How much did you make for the role, Mary Impression?
I was paid $50,000.
That's it.
That's it. And I never complained because that's what I signed up for. It was an independent film. Right?
Right.
So when my friend called me, and I'm going to quote him, He said, bitch, this one right here, right here. He said, this shit is crazy. By the time I got to page 10, I called him back. I said, what the hell is this, Lee? He said, bitch, I know. He said, it's sick. After my husband and I read that script, he said, Mama, if you play this with no judgment, when he say action, don't judge the character, just become it. This is an award-winning.
Yes.
This is award-winning. So with all of that being said, I never complained about the $50,000. I did everything I was supposed to do. No, nothing. It is when they started asking me to become a slave. It is when Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey started asking me to work for free. It is when they started doing the bidding for whomever the gatekeeper was at the time to say, we can get her. Remember the scene in Sparkle? You ever seen Sparkle with Irene Cara?
Yeah.
And
I
Philip
remember
Michael
thinking,
Thomas.
Yeah.
Remember when they was in the car because the Jew man was trying to get him to sign over that contract? And he kept shaking his head like, you will not get me to turn my back on this woman.
Right.
That's what this is. We ain't turning our back. My husband ain't turning his back. He ain't signing up for something he know ain't right.
Right.
And people have a problem with that. And we got to keep speaking on it, Shannon, because the next one's coming for real. I would hate for you to have to sit another sister in this chair and she tell you the same story.
So, considering you won the Oscar, normally when you win the Oscar, not saying you're gonna win another or get Oscar-worthy scripts, but there's normally a run where you in 2-3 films. Now, Monique, that 50,000 is 500 or 1 million or 2 million. You feel that you were blackballed from that point, and Monique did not make the money what she should have been compensated for future roles.
Let's tie it all back in.
Okay.
Okay? You have a man that says, I lied on you.
Yes.
I put a rumor out there on you.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to apologize. But then you have another man that comes back when I'm offered Empire and says, Mo, they said you're difficult to work with. You're going to be a problem. Where would they get that from?
Well, somebody that's as powerful as Tyler.
Okay. So now I'm scratched from that.
Yeah.
Right? Now when it comes to movies, I'm a difficult person to work with. Ain't nobody ever had a problem with me.
They never said, did anybody say that prior to Precious?
Yes. No, not prior to Precious.
Right.
I've never had a problem with nobody. As long as I was saying, yes, you good. The moment you start challenging, we got a problem.
What about the Parker? What about Moesha? Had anybody said anything prior about Monique's character prior to her not wanting to do international press, what she wasn't contractually obligated to do?
Never.
Prior to that, nobody said anything.
Never. The only person that could say anything that is a producer is a guy named Will Packer. I did a movie called Almost Christmas. When Will Packer sat down with my husband and I, Shannon, every other word out of his mouth was queen. You our queen and the queen and the queen and the queen. And we just want you to do a cameo. And here's what we're going to pay you. My husband said, Will, that does not cover Monique doing promotions. That covers none of that. Get off my brother. What impact? Wow. Remember when you said, and I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said, Shannon Sharp don't mess with black women. And
Before you go any further, can I say this?
please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
I've never said
Okay, so that's why I said,
I got black kids.
that's what I said. I said, them babies black.
Yes.
They not confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Black. Okay? So there's this thing with us that you can't tell us nothing. And oftentimes when a black woman's been traumatized, she's guarded. Now you take a black woman that's been traumatized and now she got a little bit of money. And you take black men, some of them, that is impressed with the money. so I can say to you what I want to. Not being totally disrespectful, but you know who's running this.
Yeah.
You know how we do this. I've always had an aggressive personality.
Yes.
I have always jumped with, if I think you trying to violate. So to say, what did that do to me? It made me like this. And it made me say, I'll get you before you can get me. Because I know what it's like to not be in control of what you're taking from me.
Right.
I know what it's like to be in a position where there's nothing I can do, right? So when it came to men, baby, listen, I had my share, okay? I'm not saying I was no whore, but I was close. Hey, come on now, Shannon, get back to me. Now get back to me and call me later. Call me later, Shannon. Call me later, baby. Come
Lord have mercy.
because you a football player with a lot of money. When you go into a city and you was in your prime, you had your pick. It's no different for a woman. When I went to a city, everybody wanted to be Professor Ogilvy. Hey, and I would use your brother molesting you as a crutch for your bad behavior.
Oh.
He said, and I won't allow that. He said, when you was a little girl, there was nothing you can do about it. But now as a grown woman, every choice and decision you make, it is yours. And I will not allow you to keep on saying, because of my brother. Because at what point do you take accountability for you? Baby, that grew me up, and that grew my ass up that night so fast because I wanted to hear what my psychiatrist was saying to me. I understand. My husband was like, check this out. Check this out. You are in control of you. Every choice and decision you make, every one you lay down with, that was your choice. You've never come back to me and said you were raped as a grown woman. You've never said that. So stop holding on to that crutch. Stop holding on to that victim. Because this happened to me. I'm mad for days and I come up out of that. And when I went to the psychiatrist, right? Everything my husband said to me, the psychiatrist said to me. But he said, I needed you to go to somebody that had no dog in the fight because I didn't want you to think I was judging you. I didn't want you to think that because I know the history, I'm pointing my finger. So when I would go to that psychiatrist, Dr. Cassandra Wanzo, she's incredible. Y'all want to know about red bottom shoes? Let me tell you somebody that's going to get your mind right. Dr. Cassandra Wanzo, this woman was incredible. But every time I would go to session, everything she said, my husband had already told me. So me and men, I had to come to grips with that. I had to come to grips with being an insecure fat girl. And I had to come to grips with my sister telling me, ain't no man gonna ever really want you because you're fat. I had to come to grips with my father was like, listen, I'm here, but I'm really not. I had to come to grips with those things. So my way of coming to grips with those things was now I'm a boss. I'm independent and I'm empowered. Don't you know I run this? See, I too went to the Oprah Winfrey University of Empowerment. And you don't need a man to make it.
Right.
I signed up.
Right.
And I was at the top of the class till I realized I was going to bed empty. I was going to bed with nothing but stuff. I did not want to be the poor little rich girl who have everything but nothing at all. Don't that sound familiar? I did not want to be that, Shannon. So even for the men that I was with, right?
You weren't with them.
I wasn't?
No.
Okay, talk to me, Shannon. Let that liquor use you. I wasn't with them.
That was just a body for the lonely.
Liquor makes shit sound good, won't it? Liquor will make you not sound like a whore. It was just a body for the lonely. Let me tell you what my husband told me, right? Because I was in tears. I'm like, I was a whore. I was crying. Because when you come to grips with it, when you realize when you realize what you've done and you got to come to grips with it, and now I'm sitting in front of the greatest person I've ever met, and I gotta say, I have been with this many. And my husband looked at me and said, Mama, you ain't no whore, you just have friendly pussy. Didn't he make it right? That's all I had was friendly pussy. So for you whores out there,
That ain't what it is.
friendly pussy.
Right.
That's what he told me, Shannon. He made it right.
So did you ever have...
Has no one.
Okay.
If you have that person in your life and you say, listen, I'm dealing, I'm going through. Who else do you talk to at nighttime in your pillow talk? Who else do you share your life with? Who are you sharing with your life with, Shaq? Do you tell another man about your situation? And does he make you feel better? Like, who do you share your life with? So I don't agree with that at all. And I love my brother, but I don't agree with that. I think that makes division. Because if I got to call my girl and I talk to my husband.
Right.
When I heard Oprah say, and these are her words, not mine. She said, when I be stressed out and I be going through it after the show, I will come home and Gail could calm me down and put me to sleep. What you say?
What's that?
Okay, then you said it.
I ain't just said that. I'm going. Nope. Oh, I'm gonna get Oprah on here. I'm gonna get Oprah on the show.
But those are her words. So I believe that partnership is partnership all the way around. When I leave this earth, there is nothing my husband will not know about me, and the other way around.
Did you know after your first 2 marriages you gonna get married again?
Yes. Because my first 2 marriages were just marriages of, my first marriage was you just couldn't have the milk without buying the cow.
Right.
That was the first marriage.
Right.
And we were boxers.
Okay.
We were Friday night fights. Okay. Okay. We were it wasn't domestic violence. We was Friday night fights.
Right.
Okay. I took an L sometime, but sometime I didn't.
Right.
Okay. Okay. The second one was I couldn't afford to pay my rent.
Right.
And I didn't want to have a boyfriend.
Right.
So that's why I say this is the first time I've really been married.
Right. Tell me the story that you wanted to share that nobody else knows that you was gonna share with us.
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
I want you to move in. That man that was sitting right here on this couch, his name is Cat Williams.
Yes.
Cat Williams and I have a relationship. We're fraternal twins. That's all.
That's it.
That's it. That is my twin, my spiritual, fraternal, non-biological brother. We are twins, baby. Yes, we are. That was it, and that was all.
Thank you.
Don't nobody know that, but you, Cat Williams, don't even know the shit.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so beautiful. So, Cat,
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him and say, "Hey, I met your sister for the very first
I
time."
need you to tell him.
Monique, do you want to promote anything?
You got anything you want to promote?
Because this be my problem when black women and black men can be easily to tear each other down, but lift other races up. Like they ain't got the same problems that we have. They just do it a little differently. I have all races in my family. All races. So when you sit there and you tear your black fellow woman down and your black fellow man down, you don't get no kudos over here. Because my skin is my skin and it ain't going nowhere. Now, when you're wrong, you're wrong. Because I'm going to say you're wrong. Just like I'm going to say Tiffany Haddish, you wrong. Oprah, you wrong. Tyler Perry, you wrong. And anybody else that went against what this woman stands for. And she was still humble while she did it and she said it. She was humble. You could see God all up in there. It wasn't cool what y'all did and how y'all tried to exploit her and blackball her and do her how y'all did her. But you did it. But you did it. Just know we all got a maker that we have to make. And we all have somewhere that we have to sign on that dotted line and apologize to. So just know before you leave this earth, and I was just speaking in general, before you leave this earth, make amends with your enemies. Make amends with the people that you have a problem with. And make amends with yourself. And if you guys want to see this whole video and commentary and everything, please check me out on YouTube. Bedroom Eyes Comedy. Check me out. Because y'all know I got some Christian Rock videos on there. That girl need to be saved. She is